This is Jodine on Capital Jazz TV, and we are on the SuperCruise 8th edition. And I'm sitting here with one of the most talked about, buzzed about groups for this SuperCruise, and that would be Naturally 7. All of them. Yes. I am so glad you guys are here. I would like for each and every one of you to please introduce yourselves and tell us which instrument you play on Naturally 7.
Hello, I'm Polo. I do the guitars and tenor.
I'm Warren. I'm on the drums.
I'm Garfield. I'm on the harmonica.
Roger, I am the MC.
Dwight, your baritone trombone.
I'm Hops, and I do the bass.
I am Rod, the DJ.
And what's unique about all this, we talked about all these instruments that these gentlemen play in this group, but they're all not instrumentalists, but they're all natural. They're your natural voices that you use to play these instruments. Who came up with this idea?
Well, right there, just like the way you just said it, that was the natural thing, that if we use our voices, it's natural. There's 7 of us, naturally 7. It started from us, started from me and my brother Warren here in church, just singing traditional a cappella with friends that we just knew from around the way. So just another friend telling us about another friend, nothing with the open audition, nothing like that, just really starting organically in from a traditional a cappella group to one day saying, you know, we want to do something a little bit different and find our own place in the sun, something that is unique to, so somebody can say, hey, I don't think I've ever heard a sound like that.
Right, right. And so do you take up beatboxing, or how do you practice, or how do you like strengthen your skill?
How do you strengthen yourself? By for what we do.
For what you do, yes.
We try to listen to a lot of instruments that if we're going to try to imitate them, it's a good idea to listen to them and watch them and see how they move, or see how the player of that instrument actually carries himself, what he does with his body, and you know how the instrument moves. And that's basically the best way of duplicating that.
Okay, so you guys are from some of you are from New York, and
We're from New York.
You guys are from some of you, and then you guys now live in Europe, to my understanding.
No,
okay, because that's the rumor that's been going around. It's like they're
let
out
me
of
dispel
Europe,
that.
and I'm like, really?
Dispel that rumor. None of us live in Europe.
So tell me, how's New York been? Have they been receptive to what you guys are doing?
We actually do a lot of shows everywhere outside of New York. We're in New York maybe twice a year, actually. But we're everywhere else, you know. And so we perform all over the world.
Who are some of the people that you performed with?
Ooh, some of the people that we perform with. Anybody jump in?
Quincy Jones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Herbie Hancock.
Coldplay.
Nice. Have they heard you guys do the interpretations of their music?
In Herbie's case, yes. We were honored to do the BET Honor Awards for Herbie and actually do a little salute to him. So he was right there front row, and we just watched him go through the emotions of seeing us duplicate a lot of his music, from Watermelon Man to Chameleon to Rocket.
And what was there any talk afterwards? Was he shocked? I mean, because who would think an a cappella group would just slam the way you guys do?
He said, I mess around with you guys, you'll put me out of business. That was his exact words.
But we did have an opportunity to do something with him in L.A. at the Playboy Jazz Festival. So we got together and actually did something together. So that was really great for us.
Nice. So tell me, there's an album that's coming out, or that's been recently released?
It's coming out in February.
February 10th.
And the title is?
Hidden in Plain Sight.
Hidden in Plain Sight. Now, what can we expect from this album? Is it covers? Is it more originals?
It is more originals. There is one cover on it that is actually the first single that's out, called Fix You. It's a cover of a Coldplay song. We have another word that we use, just escaped me for a second, a hybrid. And a hybrid for us is where we take something that's completely, something that you know, but we add our original lyrics to that song. So we'll take the music bed of something familiar, such as a Barry White song, Art of Noise, Mahalia Jackson. We've done it. We've got a couple of things like that. Queen, rock group Queen. We've taken some things, but we've created an original song on top of that. We call that a hybrid.
A hybrid.
So we've got about, out of 12 songs, we've got about 5 or 6 that are hybrids like that. One that's a straight cover, and then the rest are just original.
So how are you guys enjoying the cruise? Can you give me a little bit of insight on what's been a highlight for you since you've been on here?
I think a highlight for me has just been, not doing anything. Just enjoying all the other artists, enjoying our people kind of get together and have fun. You don't have to worry about anybody shooting anybody or anything going on, any bad stuff going on that the media kind of, puts in everybody else's minds. This is totally opposite of what people outside of our race think happens when a bunch of us get together, and just seeing everybody happy and having fun and spreading love and uplifting Christ or their religion or whatever, and just having fun, that's been so great. We spend a lot of time overseas, barely get a lot of people who can even dance on rhythm, and so to just see people just swaying in the right direction at the proper time has been has been such a relief.
I love that. I love that.
The ship itself is amazing. I mean, I've just taken time to just start to look at the design of the different rooms, the halls, just that, the thought has entered my mind, like, what did it take to put this together?
Right, the mechanics of it as well, right?
Yeah. And it's funny because that thought first just came from going into one of the smaller rooms, which was the piano bar. I was like, oh, this is a piano bar, and it's designed like a piano. And then I just started looking at every room I've been into ever since then, and just going like, wow, it's really put together. The ship is huge, and the way that the program is set up, it's really just well put together. Where anybody that comes on this cannot say, I just didn't have anything to do. There's so much to do, and still the choice of doing nothing.
That's true.
So somebody wants to just stay in their cabin, they can. Somebody want to just stay out on the deck. That's what I like to do. They can. But if they want to enjoy good music, almost 24 hours a day, they can do that. And the music has been every single night.
The lineup
has been
incredible.
Top notch. Every night I've gone back to my cabin with my wife, I've said, that would have been worth paying for.
Yeah.
That would have been just, leaving your house, driving where you got to drive, whatever. But meanwhile, it's just right outside your cabin. Just have to walk a few steps. I would recommend this to anybody that loves music.
And I'm hearing a lot of artists say that they are just walking away so inspired by watching another artist. Someone even mentioned they were inspired by watching you guys, and now they want to go and write. Have you been having that experience since you've been on the cruise? I'll let someone back here.
Just to see Jonathan Butler. I mean, I grew up listening to his music, and Mary, and even Cameo. My goodness, it's man, it was amazing just to see them on stage.
I really liked connecting, not even just seeing them, but kind of connecting with some of the indie artists like Avery Sunshine and Eric Roberson, and just talking to them about their path, and reading the liner notes and the credits and saying, okay, they're on this, and this. Yet they're such normal people, but yet they are so creative. That they're just beaming with creativity, and to say, I want to kind of be like them. It just rubs off on you, and just talking to them. And I think this sort of thing is not just good for the fan, but it's good for the artist who has a natural tendency to be a fan. We all are fans.
Right.
We
Music
all started
fan
off
first.
as fans.
Right.
Before all of the riches and fame came to Naturally 7. We're fans. We're fans. We love connect. I was cool. I didn't grow up. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, but I know that these guys are really old school hip hop fans, and to see them connect with Houdini and Big Daddy Kane, to me, was just inspiring. Just to watch them do that, you know.
Spent 2 or 3 hours yesterday. Warren and I, we came to lunch about 2 o'clock, but we left at 5 o'clock from lunch because we were just sitting there with Ecstasy from Houdini. Chubb Rock came around, Doc Ice, just going back, just asking them questions and just having that open dialogue was was wonderful. And all the different artists that we have come across, same thing, because the cool thing about being on a cruise is no one's really running anywhere.
You ain't busy.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't got nowhere to go for 8 days.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I definitely get that. So what else can we expect from Naturally 7 outside the album that's coming out in February? Is there a tour that we can expect to see you on?
We're constantly on tour, but as far as the States, I think we'll be hitting the U.S. Next year around March, February.
Maybe even a little later.
Maybe
like
a little later.
May.
So just look out for us in a city near you.
Okay. And how do people stay in contact with you all, stay connected to you all?
We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just Google Naturally 7 and everything will kind of pop up. If you go in the search engine on Facebook or Instagram, type in Naturally 7.
And it's naturally
pop
the
up.
number 7, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for actually the website is SEVEN.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one. Actually, some guy somewhere in some country took the website, took the domain with the 7, and trying to hold on to it. So we would pay him some money. He was like, SEVEN. We got it. Just look it up that way.
Smart move, smart move. Well, we are so happy you guys are on the cruise, and people have been they've been feeding their souls with your music, so we thank you all for that. Are you guys going to perform one more time before we get off on day 8?
I mean, we'd love to.
Okay.
We'd love to.
Okay. That means that Alicia has work to do to make sure that Naturally 7 performs one more time before we get off this ship. But thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you all in the Capital Jazz.
Thank you.
for having us.
Thank you.